Everyone. I'm going to provide a brief demonstration of the Healthcare Referral Networks Hub, PageRank, and Community Detection Starter Kit on TigerGraph Cloud. The insights that this solution yields can be very powerful. The first of these is determining the referral relationships between prescribers. In some healthcare environments, especially PPOs, the information contained in a dataset can be limited. We may know that a general practitioner called Dr. Douglas Thomas submitted a claim after seeing a patient experiencing shortness of breath, but are unable to connect that to subsequent events, such as a cardiology specialist called Dr. Helen Sue submitting a claim after seeing a patient for shortness of breath. TigerGraph is able to reveal these connections and much more. The schema for this starter kit is relatively simple. There are 5 vertex types: prescriber, in other words provider or doctor; patient, in other words member; claim, subspecialty, and specialty. And these vertices are connected by the 5 edge types shown here. We've created this starter kit to enable you to get going faster, but you have the option to customize the graph schema if you choose to. If you change the schema, you need to click on this icon, Publish Schema, after making the change. But if you don't change anything, you can skip that step. Okay, let's get started and uncover those referral relationships. First, let's look at the data that we have available to load into the graph. We have data on claims, which will map to the claims vertex, and data to map to each of the edges. We've already mapped that data to the graph schema for you, but you have the option of changing the mapping to suit your specific needs or uploading your own data. If you change the data mapping, delete a file, or upload a new file, you need to click on this icon, Publish Data Mapping, after making the change. But if you don't change anything, you can skip that step. Now we need to load the data into our graph. Click on this icon to begin that process. You can see from these labels and the word pending inside them that the data is loading. And you know the data has finished loading once all of the labels turn green and the text says finished. And there we are. This table on the right is helpful. It reveals that we have a total of 11,158 vertices and 40,332 edges. And the vast majority of vertices are the claim vertex, as we would expect. Now let's explore our graph. In this example, we want to identify referral networks between prescribers. So let's choose prescriber as the vertex type. And in our example, we're interested in detecting the referral network for Dr. Douglas Thomas. So let's enter Douglas Thomas as the vertex ID. And there he is. Double click on the vertex for Dr. Douglas Thomas, and we can see the network, the single hop network of vertices surrounding him. And the majority, not surprisingly, are claims and this vertex for his subspecialty. Now, remember that we want to know about his referral network, and especially if he has referred any patients to Dr. Helen Sue. And to do that, we need to write a query. Luckily, the starter kit has several pre-populated queries, and the one I'm most interested in is this one. Example 2, create referral edge. Here's the name of the query, and here's the parameter. This query takes one input, prescriber, and creates a referral network for that prescriber. This starter kit has several pre-populated queries to enable you to get going faster. But you have the option of adding your own queries or editing the ones already here. You need to click on this icon, Install Query, if you edit a query or add a new one, or even if you don't change anything. But I'm going to click on this icon, Install All Queries, because I'm going to run a different query in this demonstration. It will take about 3 minutes to install these queries. And there we are. All of the queries have been installed. Now, although I want to know the referral network for Dr. Douglas Thomas, I may also be interested in knowing the referral network for Dr. Helen Sue, or indeed any of the other prescribers in this data set. So I'm going to run another query, example 2, main query. This query will reveal referral edges for all of the prescribers in our data set. Here's the name of the query. And the key thing to note is that this query runs this subquery that creates the referral edges. So in total, this main query will build referral edges for every prescriber in the data set. Click here to run the query, and it's done. And now let's see the results. And voila, here we have created referral edges for all of the prescribers that Dr. Douglas Thomas has a relationship. And indeed, we can see that he has referred patients to Dr. Helen Sue, but he's also referred patients to Dr. Roger Smith and Dr. Neil Patel. And that brings us to the end of this brief demonstration of the Healthcare Referral Networks Hub, PageRank, and Community Detection Starter Kit on TigerGraph Cloud. I hope you found this demonstration helpful, and I also hope that it allowed you to see the powerful capabilities of this starter kit. I encourage you to explore this starter kit for yourself, or explore some of the many other starter kits we have on TigerGraph Cloud. Or reach out to us at sales@tigergraphcloud.com with your suggestions or questions. Thank you for watching.